Hi everybody. Today's lesson will be probably the easiest to get a decent grade, but it'll probably be the hardest to get to a perfect grade. To get to a reasonable score, all you have to do is learn how to find the area of a trapezoid. Area of a trapezoid is not too hard. It is a longer formula, but since you use the 1/2 with triangles for last lesson, this one won't be too bad. So, to find the area of a trapezoid, you're going to have to use parentheses in a formula, which means remember your order of operations. You're going to do those first. You're going to take 1/2 times the sum of the bases, adding the bases. 1/2 times the bases here are the parallel sides, 14 and 20. And then times the height. You have to make sure that you add the bases first. If you want to think about distributing the 1/2, you could, but you'd have to distribute it to both things. It's easier to use order of operations. First use the parentheses, add your bases together, then take 1/2 of that adding result, and then, it's 136, excuse me. Let me fix that really quick. And there you go. That's all you're going to have to do is practice area of a trapezoid to get to a reasonable score, to get to a score of a B. Then, if you want to work backwards, the reason why it gets challenging is not just the algebra or the steps you'd have to take, which is a little bit harder, but the fact that you have two different types of problems. So if you notice here, you have a missing height. The height's what's missing. First thing here, we have a missing base. The algebra steps you take with both of these are just a little bit different. So the formula is area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. What you do is you plug in everything that you have. What's the area? The area, it says here, the problem is 220. The bases, as we can see here, are 16 and 24. And the height, well, it's not there. So you do this just like the last problem. You do your parentheses first. 1/2 40, just like the last problem. Keep bringing everything down. Take 1/2 of what's there, which is 20. And at that point there, it's a backward step. Instead of multiplying, you'll work backwards and divide. And 220 divided by 20 gives you a height of 11. Not too bad, and if that's all this was, this would be probably a little bit easier than some of the other lessons. In terms of amount to learn, just a little bit longer formula. If you have a missing base, however, it gets a little bit harder. Same formula, but the algebra steps to find a missing base can be tougher. So here we have an area of 110. We have one base, that's the letter B. We have another base that's 26, and we have a height of 5. How do we handle this? There's a couple different ways to do this, but the way I'm going to teach is working backwards on each step by an algebra step. You can't add B and 26. They're not like terms. Instead, we have a 1/2 here and a 5. And what we're going to do is work backwards by doing the opposite of each part. So we have times 5. We're going to work backwards and divide by 5. You get 22. We still have the 1/2. We still have the B plus 26. What's the opposite of multiplying by 1/2? You could think of dividing by 1/2, but the easier way to think of it is times 2. You get 44. And then you get B plus 26. Then your final step is just subtraction. minus 26 from both sides. And it comes out to be, B is 18. All right, so let's recap here. You're using a longer formula. Area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times the height. But look back at the top problem. All you have to do is put the numbers in the right spot, the bases of the parallel sides. Take it step by step, and it's really easy. Add the bases first, then take 1/2 times that added sum times the height, and you'll get your answer and you're done. And that's all you have to do here to get a B grade. Then when you're trying to move to 100%, you have some harder multi-step problems here at the bottom. These still aren't too bad. The problem is you have two different types. So what you want to do is have this video up while you're doing your IXL and decide, are you missing a height? Do things like the middle problem with H missing. Are you trying to find a missing base, a parallel side? Do the steps like the bottom problem. If you take it step by step and sort of differentiate between which problems you have, this shouldn't be too bad. All right, good luck. You're going to IXL level S.4 to a score of 90. Good luck, everyone, and just send me your questions if you're stuck on anything. Have fun. Good luck.